Hi guys, let's go to that movie thing. I don't care what you guys say, cause you guys always take forever. I wanna watch scare things, I really don't care.
To this day, I don't know what I witnessed those few days, nor do I want to know. I think it would be better that way. To set the scene with some background information, I'm a 20-year-old Latino woman. I'm a Lance Corporal in the Marine Corps, and have spent a year in Afghanistan back in 2015. During the time of this experience, my girlfriend and I took a camping trip, and for the sake of this story, I will call her Olivia. I've grown up in a very wooded area of Florida. Many trees and animals of all sorts. Alligators, bears, panthers, coyotes, and sometimes wolves from people owning them and letting them into the wild when they got big. The area we had gone to was new terrain for us. She insisted we go somewhere new and explore around, since I would have to return to California to my duty station in a few days. She wanted to explore the new terrain with me. We walk along the beaten path, admiring nature in the wooded areas, flowers, and even small animals and birds that inhabited the area. Olivia went to college for zoology, so she enjoyed teaching me about the different animals and the ways to identify them by their tracks and other signs. As we were walking to the camp clearing in this particular forest, we came across a hardly visible pathway, winding deeper into the brush. Her nature calling was pulling her into it. She wanted to explore and find a place inside to set up camp. But call it military intuition, but I felt really uneasy with the idea. Reluctantly, with her pleading, I agreed. We then began to trek through the brush, thorny vines cutting up my legs through my jeans, and a spider web hitting me in the face every now and again, due to the overlaying branches. We walked for roughly 45 minutes until we came into a clearing, deciding this was the best spot we could set up camp. Olivia pitched our tents as I got the fire roaring, and at this point, the dusk is creeping in on us. We lay down to settle in for the night, and all is well. That is, until I'm awakened by things being thrown by the side of my tent. It takes me a little bit for my eyes to adjust to the darkness. The campfire was now a dim glow. My eyes finally adjust as I look around. I wasn't truly awake until the smell hit me like a semi-truck. The smell of rotting garbage. It was sickening. As I tried to gain my composure, that's when I saw the figure. It was tall, very large and stalky, and appeared very human-like. Just too large to be a person. There was still tapping against the tent, some large, others small, but I didn't make a peep. My voice was lodged in my throat, and I'm not even sure at this point I was breathing. All the hair on my body was on end. I was terrified. Olivia shifted in her sleep, opening her eyes. "Hey, is everything okay?" I cut her off by placing my hand over her mouth, raising a finger to my lips in order to tell her to be quiet. That's when I heard it. The growling. It was low, more like a grumble and a groan than a growl, but it was a sound like no other. It was enough to make even my drill sergeants piss themselves. Our eyes directed to the zipper, and it began to move. It slowly started unzipping. Whatever this thing was, it was getting into our tent. I reached next to me and grabbed a small handgun I took everywhere with me, and took aim. A rather loud bang is heard as I took my shot, making a direct hit into the thing's shoulder. A monstrous growl scream is heard. It rattled me to the bone, and Olivia only cried out of pure fear. We watched as this figure disappeared, and we didn't fall asleep just in case it returned. I stayed with her all night, my handgun at my side. The next morning, we were packing all of our stuff and getting ready to head out when we saw it. A stocky figure standing in the tree line. It was around 8, maybe 9 feet tall. It was large, hairy, and seemed rather human-like, besides its dark, deep eyes and fur-covered body. It just watched us as we collected our things. We never broke eye contact either. The thing just watched before sinking back into the woods. We've never ran so fast in our lives back to the main road. Olivia still has nightmares about this thing that terrorized us by throwing things and opening our tent. And I'll admit, the thing really creeped me out. Let me just tell you, I haven't been camping since.
Another cool thing that you can do is that a lot.
During the summer of 2016, my larger group of friends and I went camping out at this spot called Desert Creek. It's a place that's about 100 miles from any town, deep in some mountains in Nevada. I'm not of any sort of native descent, but I've heard a few skinwalker stories before. I didn't believe them too much until this night. My large group drove out to the camp spot and got set up. Being stupid teenagers,